Bitcoin's been rallying up to like 96K, kind of just hanging around. But altcoins have not yet rallied. And I said in my last video, if you missed it, the Fed has not finished cutting interest rates, and the banks have not finished what's called quantitative easing, which is necessary for the Fed to think it's the next move to pivot, cut interest rates, and essentially encourage consumer spending over time. And right now, people think we're in this bear market, which in reality, if we were, Bitcoin would be in the 80K range by now, or like 70K range. Bitcoin being as strong as it is right now is showing us that we're still in the bull cycle. It's just there's massive fear for the altcoins. We just had fear yesterday that I showed you guys for Solana, and I'm actually very curious now to see where Solana's at. It's been a very busy day for me today, so I haven't gotten a chance to check the charts too much, but I see Solana's around the same price of yesterday, 165, 167. And a lot of people are saying there's 2 billion unlocks coming in 2 weeks, March 1st. It's going to sell massively. Maybe it gets to 150, maybe. And then at that point, you're probably going to see a huge recovery because last time we saw that happen in 2022, it went from $13. Everyone thought it was going below 5. It went down $5 to 8. So definitely almost a 40-50% drop, but then it recovered. And it didn't just recover, it actually recovered massively and soared and became one of the best gainers of all time for the last cycle, for the bear market heading into this cycle. So now we're seeing some altcoins that are not following Bitcoin right now that were previously following Bitcoin. Why? Because people are just fed up. They're tired of it. They don't trust altcoins. But we just saw, I think it was Brazil, launched a XRP ETF. I want to see. Well, I saw something today with that. Yeah, Brazil is set to launch world first spot XRP ETF. So we're getting more adoption worldwide. It's very bullish for XRP, altcoins. Cardano recently got a ETF by Grayscale filed. So we're seeing ETFs get passed left and right. And that's signaling that we're going to have long-term adoption at play. We're going to have more people in the market. And again, until we see the banks finish quantitative easing, and they increase the money supply, which encourages borrowing, which increases consumer spending, which increases the price of risk on assets, we're going to be in this limbo stage. But if you take this time to find these old coins that are down in price massively, you're going to find legendary entries that you previously never even saw coming, right? A lot of people, I get this common reaction all the time. Yo, John, I missed the 2022 bear market. Are there anything right now that's at that price? What's the next big play? And in hindsight, it's easy to ask that question when the market is bullish and we're seeing a lot of good things happen. When things happen that are bad, it's always the same reaction. John, we don't have any money. It's always we. They generalize their own statement and put it as we. We don't have any money. We can't find the next 100x. We're down 90%. We're down this. We're this. We're this. It's always like an excuse, right? But then as soon as the market recovers, they want to know what the next big play is. And I'm like, well, when you have a bear market, or in this case, a downturn in a bull market, and you see good prices, you can essentially throw a dart at the wall and make money on any crypto for the most part. It's really not rocket science, but you have to hustle, right? You're going to be uncomfortable during this stage if you're putting money in the market. Why? Because everyone's money's down in crypto. Inflation's just going up, or at the very least, it's not helping, especially with tariffs. And the sentiment's poor. And it's not like our jobs are just offering us more money. It's not like you're working a job and your boss is calling you in right now and saying, hey, economy's doing great, you're doing great, let's give you a 10% raise, right? So a lot of us, if we want to put more money in the market at a faster pace and get these discounts, we have to either work overtime if our job allows it, which encourages, it adds stress, strain, worry, especially got a family or kids or a spouse, whatever. Or we got to do a second job, which is probably going to be demeaning, depending what that is to you and how your confidence level is, right? It could be Uber driver, Amazon driver, bartender, waiter, waitress, whatever it is, right? Just selling some things in your house on Amazon. It's a sacrifice. And when you're sacrificing like this, you're never doing something glamorous, right? if you want that glamorous lifestyle, which I said in a recent video too, your priority should be financial freedom, not the luxury bags and shoes and cars and mansions. Like you should focus on your financial freedom first. Try to go part-time at your job, try to leave your job, try to help your kids out, add to your retirement. Like you want to be having those kind of freedoms first, right? Take care of yourself, upgrade your, maybe you live in a studio apartment, you want to get a one bedroom or a house or a down payment for a condo. If you got an old car, you need some money, maybe you want to buy a newer car that's still going to, not break the bank, but can help your situation. A lot of us are in crypto to just improve our day-to-day living. We're not here to flex on Instagram or, Facebook and try to be someone we're not. So in that case, you don't need a ton of, millions of dollars in profit to get there. And you don't have to be in a, super urgent to get to that stage either, because if you're not living way above your means, you can afford to be a little bit more like having delayed gratification and just waiting, right? I always say good things take time. Good things are worth the wait. And right now we're just waiting a little bit longer than expected. It is what it is. No one really predicted this to happen. No one knew that Trump was going to launch the coins aside from his inner circle. No one knew that. And then this whole Libra coin and the Solana FUD, it's just a avalanche effect, right? I mean, I kind of foresaw more meme coins getting launched, especially by political parties and countries, because Trump started it. Him doing it not only protects him in his 4-year tenure, but protects everybody else who wants to launch their own coins during this time, because they can always use his case as a defense if they ever got like pursued by it. Which I don't justify that. It actually made me hate memes a little bit, despite the ones I hold are on, solid exchanges. But the FUD you're seeing with the old coins, it stems a lot from the trickle down effect from the memes, and also from just Bitcoin holding up so strong and the old coin market doing so bad. Bitcoin dominance is still above 60%. So a lot of people think we're just seeing like a Bitcoin bull market, not realizing like the black swan events plus the banks not yet finishing quantitative easing and the Fed not yet pivoting and cutting interest rates and also revising their plan from 4 to 2 interest rate cuts. It's putting a dent into it. It's not making it like, the bull market's going to be like evaporated. It's just saying like we're not at that stage yet to see a true altcoin season, which is what the peak of the bull market is. So, whether that eases you, puts you at ease is a whole nother, topic for another video. But regardless, like for me, I'm just taking it as I see it, right? I see the market's flat, so I just don't change anything, right? If I get some more money in my bank and I want to put some more money in crypto, I'm gonna do it. But if I just see prices flat, I go, okay, and I go to the gym or I go, watch TV. I don't make it a huge deal, right? Because I know the strength of delayed gratification is more important than the immediate, enjoyment of pleasure of trying to get like a fast money thing. Someone said too, like there's so many immature investors that are just gamblers in this market. And I'm like, he's not wrong. A lot of people that come in this market, they're like little kids, trying to like 100x real quick and get Lambos, right? Like a lot of the newbie investors coming in, they see a commercial, their friend says they made $1 million off Dogecoin or something, and they come in here and they're just trying to get like a 500x to like say, hey guys, I just went from, a high school graduate to a millionaire driving Lamborghinis, right? That's the mentality with a lot of newbies, right? They just don't have the patience. But a lot of investors, and I appreciate myself from coming from this background, the ones that came from stocks have a lot of patience. They're willing to wait 10 years for a 2x. So when they come into crypto, their expectations are not like, let's make 100x in 10 minutes, right? A lot of people have that expectation in crypto because they're sold that narrative over and over and over. So again, it really helps to be grounded, especially during this time, to be humble. Although I know humble in the dictionary, the real definition for it is not a very good one. What I mean is just take things as you see them, appreciate that you can just invest in a market. And if you're down your portfolio right now, keep in mind there's someone out there who literally sold everything for a loss and it's not coming back. You're just temporarily down your portfolio. You didn't lose your money. You're just temporarily down. They lost their money and they're going to come back when you sell. They're going to buy back your bags again. They do this all the time. So just keep that in mind. Your situation is not as bad as you may think. And if you're down 80, 90%, and I'm you, I am going to especially hustle my butt off and work a second job if I have to put more money to bring my averages down. Because if you're down 90%, that means you bought near the all-time highs. A lot of us are down 40, 50%, maybe a little bit more, but you should not be down 90% unless you literally waited to buy the top before we saw this dump. So, you got to start realizing like, your moves in due time. If you are down significantly and it's not just because of the market, but because you waited too long to get in, you got to figure out your emotional state first before you even get into the market again. Understand that like when you're emotionally buying crypto, which is buying after it pumps, that quick feeling of confirmation quickly disappears as soon as you see a dump like this or a black swan event like Trump and Melania coin. The trade-off is not worth it. It's never worth it, but in hindsight, you realize this, but in the moment you don't, because you don't realize the error of your ways in that moment. So, I really hope this video helped you guys. Just a general video to reassure you that, regardless of how long this limbo stage lasts for, just stay the course, stay the course, be patient, try to be calm. And again, I always encourage you guys, join my Discord if you need help. It's not just a trade group, a signal group, okay? Like if that's your only objective with joining a Discord, don't even join. Like we're there to help each other, answer questions, be there for each other, and help each other stay strong during these times. Be there when it's time to take profits, not just try to get in there and siphon money like you're siphoning gas from a car. You may make some money, sure, but that's not a long-term benefit to becoming a better investor. Just hope you're making the right moves and you're still hanging in this market. Bitcoin, the way it's holding up is very bullish, whether you want to agree or not. So I'm just letting you know things are still good. We're just going to be in limbo a little bit longer, but we got to see a little more clarity in terms of the next Fed meeting and see what Jerome Powell does. But anyways, if you enjoy this video, please leave a like. It really helps so much. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.